last week muhu a trending video and a call round between Dr. Domfe and Professor Ransford Jampanka a be deep punch near the adinina nina mebo video nene and na summer esi o show no so any forestry commission for nkofobi secrets or mudi pia bontia etche inkofo ani nye ho ebi si nipa na ekasa dodo ebi nso se eho hia se nipa ne beka ama Ghana for eho se say na ekọ. This is the problem. This is FMS Trends, and here we give you the latest updates on issues. My name is Maureen Michelle, and you can call me the Information Minister. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Nai the obey page mu bia ya nije ho. Enti yenko share video we na nsa na mabechire. Inti after say omukoko san ntokwa we asem ba ko na we kan na chese we ne yonko anya adwen na kofa sa de we ba ya nka chese punching na ebem no but all the same ene sa show no so omumienu na sa betna se o smoky peace pipe, although people were talking that why did the video even come out in the first place. Intinanti cameraman intinin cutting man to kwanu crane free air but then yen show more smoky peace pipe.
Thank you very much for this opportunity, and let me also say, just as my brother has said, it wasn't good. Not at all. It really affected me for almost 3 days. Eating was a problem. My wife is here with me, and it was really bad because even though it was not meant for public, but somebody got it out, and whatever that happened, it was me, and it was Prof. So my sincerest apologies. We need not to do this again, and not even when either we are on live or whatever that happens. I don't think it really went on well. But let me take this opportunity as well to say a few things to my church, because since the whole thing started, my church, Methodist Church Ghana, has been at the center, and if anything had happened, they were behind it. So I would like to also take this opportunity to apologize to the presiding bishop and the entire leadership of the church, my diocese, Northern Accra Diocese, Right Reverend, the Bishop of the Northern Accra Diocese, Right Reverend Andrew Bedin, and especially the chair, the lay chair, Dr. Senyor Ajay. He will call me every now and then, morning, evening, and he's been so wonderful. I also want to mention my Superintendent Minister at the Airport East, and all other people. One particular individual that I cannot forget about is Bishop Osabuti, Right Reverend Osabuti. Excellent human being. He's always, even this morning, he sent a message. I promise to walk in the ways of Christ. I am a Christian. I forgive everybody. Please find it in your heart to also forgive me if anything happened that you didn't like. All the people that I've mentioned, my university, and everybody, my co-workers, everybody. I'm University of Ghana. We are very sorry.
Yes,
yeah,
from the alumni, we forgive them. Let it not happen again. And both of them are my junior brothers in the university. And alumni is here represented. Let it not happen again.
So they are now at peace with each other. Omaye cool, intino. So I'm about to play a video, okay? A parliament for a debate on Galamsey. No one can say tea. So asema o MP ne kind na yewode. And asema o MP ne kind no. Like enye wode. Asema kind na come back and say everybody America. And yes, I'm over say. Let's watch the video.
Like in the past where party kingpins where reports were brought by ministers showing that government officials are aiding and abetting. Today, any government official found to be aiding and abetting will be arrested. Any party official, no matter how high, whether you are at the national level or you are at the regional level, if you are caught, the president will not say anything. He will allow the due process of the law to deal with you. A mere allegation against you is creating a problem. Even a member of this house who is alleged to have obstructed the enforcement of the ban was arrested and arraigned before the courts. So I can say that when it comes to the commitment to fight Galamsey as a menace, the track record of this government is unparalleled. So we are ready, and we believe that you are mentioning the name because what? This government has taken action. The name you are mentioning, it is because this government has taken action. Unlike in the past, when certain regional chairmen were known to be openly involved in Galamsey and government appointees, and even the minister wrote a report and nothing happened about the report, and journalists, videotape people and then exposed it and nothing happened. In this government, just bring the evidence and this government will deal with that person ruthlessly.
I played that video because Asama Yebeka Efa Galamsey and Air Forestry Commission for Yenim say omone a share forest so Ghana Hanum say a senior officer from the Forestry Commission ameki revelation bia amount for air kasa won say as or kasa dodo. Others too are saying that it's good that I was speaking out say be ya de no Ghana for who say ne yedi hu djuma. So he said that forest officers no mo call round call patrol near the adeno. All they have is their uniform and a machete for protection from Galamsey some way armed. And we all know say Galamsey for no, some of them can be very, very rowdy. I say, some of them have just guns, knives, and more boy your forest home by said your bear Galamsey for no. All they have is their uniform and machetes. Like how? Ghana, like how? And he also talked about the fact that frontline officers, they don't have bulletproof vests. They don't have it. Into what? No mother Ghana. Let's listen to you.
How much of a deficit are you faced with as a result of this spiritual side of the fight against Galamsey? Because Kofi Bento made a point earlier, that's a couple of weeks ago, that gold is a spirit. And so even when people die in the pit, these legal miners see it as good luck, right, to get more gold. And you, in your operations, you've burnt a number of shrines that you've seen in the forest. Nothing has happened to you. So how do you recommend that if this spiritual side of the fight is of a great concern to you, how much of it is impacting on the efficiency of your fight in the forest?
Thank you very much again, Alfred. Yes, like I said, it is true. We've burned some shrines in the forest. In fact, in our arrest, we've been arrested fetish priest who was an advance team. They came in advance to prepare the grounds for the miners to come in. And normally they sit them with the red, white fowls. They tell you when they prepare, they do their sacrifices, the people are able to obtain more good. We see these things all the time, but for me and my gentlemen, my field officers, my resource guards, I describe them as the men in the arena. And in fact, in one of the videos which I wish I had shared with you, when we got into the Subi River forest, the people fled, but the 45 men, spiritually 45 men, number about 14, were just there standing there with arms folded, fierce-looking face, waiting for us. Except that there were only 14 and we numbered about 30. So we just went in straight on them. We were able to overpower some of them. We seized their motorbikes, we seized their tricycles. And those that were so strong, that were resisting, were the ones we managed to put down. They got injured, but then still were able to effect arrest and bring them to the police station. So they claim to have spiritual fortifications. So long as there are no brazen bullets flying in the air, we are not deterred. We will face them, we are able to arrest some of them. But what we fear is that if they claim to have fortification against gunshots, and we go inside the forest and they are shooting, people are firing shots here and there, it means they are fortified, we are not fortified. You see me dressed like this in my bulletproof vest because we are going for an operation right after this program. But I tell you, all my officers, none of them has a single bulletproof like this. This is something I purchased myself to protect my own body. If you take forest guards,
none of them have what?
Protective clothing. We are talking about bulletproof vest, bulletproof helmet, something that will protect our officers as they enter the forest. And mind you, we sometimes enter the forest in the dead of the morning or at dawn, around 12 midnight. So just imagine if somebody is hiding within the woods with a weapon fixed on us, it could be terrible. It means we are putting our officers in harm's way. So if you take a typical forest guard, they are the ones patrolling the fringes of the forest, the boundaries of the forest. All that the forest guard has is his uniform and, to my greatest surprise, a machete. And the people, the illegal perpetrators within the forest themselves are well armed. So right from the word go, it tells you that the forest guard is unable to deal with these people, especially when they are armed and he is only holding a machete. So I believe strongly that a time has come that we need to retool the Forestry Commission. In fact, if you look at our sister West African countries, Eastern Africa, forestry has always been a pseudo military organization. They bear arms, they have the power to bear arms to protect themselves and to protect the reserves. But that is not so in Ghana. So we need to look at the act that established the Forestry Commission once again. It should be amended to make the Forestry Commission of Ghana a pseudo military organization so that the field officers, the forest guards, the range managers can be properly armed, protected.
And in Akasa, I'm saying in Akasa because they ask questions like, why is it that Galamsey for ne attack him? You guys don't retaliate, you don't attack them back. And this man has said something. Among Ajuna was said Juju something day. And he talked about the fact that sometimes they fire back at Galamseyers and Yejuma. The bullets don't penetrate their bodies. So they have to concentrate on, getting rid of their talismans and before they are able to deal with them. Let's listen to him.
There was an instance where my officers, my rapid team and the forest guards actually went to the field and they encountered these miners. But when they came, they reported a very harrowing experience. They said, Chief, we were firing at them, but the bullets were not hitting them, and they kept coming. So can you imagine, they had a lot of bullets on them, but they kept firing till they exhausted all their bullets. So now the commander issued a directive, run for your lives, and everybody have to run in various directions just to save their lives. In the ensuing confrontation, one of my officers was shot in the tummy. Thankfully, he survived. In fact, when he was taken to hospital, about 30 or so pellets were taken from the stomach, but he was still doing very fine and still working now. So they tell us, we were shooting, but they were coming. One related another experience where he said, when the people were coming, there was a man with, a hostile Buddha, who appeared to be reciting something or praying, leading the people who were coming, the miners with spiritual fortifications who were coming. And one of my officers tells me, we saw them from a distance, but they didn't know how, in a split of a second, they got close to them. And they managed to inflict a machete wound on one of my officers. So this is real. But like I told you, there are a lot of cases that we're able to overpower them. We don't have any fortifications. We go physically, we go with our numbers, and we're able to overpower them. And when we're able to overpower them, all we do is to first get rid of the talisman. We catch the amulet, the talisman, get rid of the rings, and they look very soft, very sober. We're able to handcuff them and bring them to the police station for investigation and further prosecution. So like I said, the real heroes, the unsung heroes of this fight against illegal mining and other illegal activities in the forest reserves have been the resource guards, the rapid response team, the range officers who are fighting daily. We don't know Saturday, like I said today. Right after the program, I'm joining them on the phone. So like I said earlier before the network went off, we need to protect these officers. we need to retool them. In fact, when we see a group of forest guards, 40 of them, well clothed in their protective helmets, in their protective bulletproof vests, with proper weapons, not just pump action, because pump action is common. The miners also have it, but proper weapons that can go 300 meters, 400 meters. I believe our mere appearance in itself will be a deterrent.
So according to the former MP of Asante Achim North, Honorable Kwame Apiakubi, Onoswa Kansembi, he said something, Amanko Fokasa says, so is he against the fact that people are doing mining legally? And I'll say yes, he's against it. And I'm say, I didn't know Wakasa, and his reason is simple. He's saying that people doing mining legally empower galamseyers in the sense that as obi say o me illegally sa na obi oye illegal so the no abegim, and before you realize adena jinsem. That is his reasoning here, or say he's against legal mining in Ghana. So the question is, and him for no person to gold in Ghana. No, that's the question. So he's saying that I am against the emergence of responsible mining because it empowers galamseyers. That's what he said.
The worry that I have is that there is now the emergence of what they call responsible mining programs. In fact, this time that we want to eliminate the galamsey people, we are doing something parallel. By empowering people to go there and just changing names and saying responsible for. I think if we could even stop the whole of mining for some time as we prepare to retool and reprogram, it will be better. But in this particular time that we are all suffering from this menace, we are still going to inaugurate people supposedly to do something different. What happens really on the ground is that these people come and the galamseyers take over or send them back, or the galamseyers get empowered because of the presence of these people, and they themselves turn up to be galamseyers. So we don't solve any problem sending, the reconscript, programmers into the constituencies and saying that they are responsible mining. You see, the small-scale miners themselves, they are overtaken by the galamseyers in most of the communities. And maybe they find it more productive or more profitable to engage in galamsey rather than going through the program designed for them as small-scale miners. Because of the cost implications, they opt for galamsey activities instead of the pre-arranged small-scale mining program. So I believe that this time, if all Ghana decided that let us stop all mining,
all forms of mining,
and let us redesign and retool, and then maybe resort to better technology to maybe mine. Then,
so according to Dr. Joshua Zatu, I just hope I got that pronunciation correct. He's saying that the government's fight against galamsey is cosmetic. So I can't say it be a cosmetic. I say it's just affecting the surface. To say the government's neighbor situation makeup or any makeup, it's just affecting the surface. He's saying that because the funds are the government allocates to NIMOS. If you don't know NIMOS, it's the National Anti-Illegal Mining Operations Secretariat. NIMOS. Inti or kase sikeye government no allocated for or more operations ninyama no sikaniswa. Yes. Sikaniswa into government banner say or kasa cho I'm dealing with galamsey, we are solving the problems and everything. He's saying that Charlie cosmetics as a munya ajumani.
From January up to now, if you are one of those that sit on national TV or anywhere and say that this government has demonstrated strong political will to fight in galamsey, you've been misled and you've been scammed. Everything that this government has done shows that it is only being cosmetic, and that the real commitment to do the real work, to do the real heavy lift in the fight of galamsey, the government has stayed away and shied away from it. And I'm going to premise my whole presentation on the concept of what? Political will. In the academic literature of political will, there are a lot of definitions given, there are a lot of concepts given. But ultimately, they come down to define political will as being comprised of two aspects. There's a normative aspect of political will, and then there's what the empirical aspect of political will. The normative aspect of political will are the political shenanigans that we see. A law has been passed, the law has been signed, statements have been made. We've seen that. If that is what is political will, then this government is excellent. But if political will goes to the empirical aspect of political will, where when you talk about political will, you're talking about following up on the rhetoric, providing logistics, providing evidence, funding, providing time, providing what is needed to solve it. This government has been abysmal and pathetic when it comes to the Galamsey fight.
What do you think about this whole Galamsey thing going on in Ghana? I say it be a China dream, but nothing is being done about it. But young vampire born Taga ne chiwa. If you another queer bompire, you bet you not Galamsey for needing an answer so much. You must say, I feel the end you. No, she insults me in the comment section. This is FMS Strengths. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. All the videos that we played, we don't own rights to them. No copyright infringement intended. Thank you.